Hi one-to-one kids and families. My name's Lisa and today I'm going to do an Easter activity with you, and I have here Ari, Izza and Eli to help me out.
Welcome to One-to-One Kids Online, hosted by a selection of really cool leaders from One-to-One Kids. Join them so you can learn about the Bible and grow in your faith. Once again, welcome to One-to-One Kids Online.
So, first things first, you need a pot with a wide opening. We got this one from Bunnings, which is from 100% recycled materials, because we need to look after Mother Nature.
Or you could use a pot that your mum and dad have used over the years. Or, like my mum's not good at gardening, maybe we could pull out an old plant like this.
So first of all, we're going to get on our gardening gloves and start filling up the pot. Okay, now the next thing we need to do is make a tomb. Now, we can use an old coffee cup like this. See how this one's all chipped around the top? Rather than throwing it out, we could recycle it and use it as our tomb. Or maybe you've got a little seedling pot from when your parents have done some gardening, you could use that. Or even a yogurt container. Yeah, you could wash out a yogurt container and use that. So we're going to put our tomb in here and then build a mound over the top of it. So let's do that. Now, Jesus couldn't afford a tomb of his own. His family didn't have a tomb. So does anyone know whose tomb Jesus was laid to rest in? Yeah.
It was the guards.
Oh, it was actually Joseph's tomb. So Joseph had just had a tomb cut out of stone for his family, and he offered for Jesus to be buried in his family's tomb.
Wow, how grateful.
So what we're going to do now is over the top of the tomb, we've got some plants here. This one here is a ground cover. We're going to use that. I'm going to split it up and we're going to plant it so it covers the back of the hill of the tomb. And we've also got here some succulents that our next door neighbour, or up the road neighbour, was kind enough to give us some cuttings of. They've been growing in here. We're going to pull them out and plant them in here too. If you don't have plants available, that's fine. You might find that your parents have got some grass seed. You could plant some grass seed to cover the top of the hill, or maybe even just some rocks to decorate, anything that you've got available to you at home. Or if your grandparents are good at gardening, you might be able to ask them for some cuttings out of their garden to make this work. At Calvary, there were 3 crosses on the hill. Jesus was hung on the middle cross and there was a robber on each side. So now we're going to make the 3 crosses out of sticks. Just sticks you can find in the garden. If you don't have sticks in your garden, you could use icy pole sticks. And we're just going to use some of our string here, gardening string, just to tie it around to keep the cross looking like a cross. You might need to use some craft glue to hold it still, or if you're lucky enough to have a hot glue gun, a little bit of that to hold it there would be perfect. So here is our finished Easter activity. We have the 3 crosses on Calvary. It's displayed for all to see that some will receive Christ and be saved, but others will reject him and be eternally lost. We also have Joseph's tomb where Jesus was buried and rose again, the stone which the angels rolled away, and here we have the white path signifying where Mary Magdalene came to the empty tomb and found that Jesus was not there.
He is not here, the angel said.
He has risen from the dead. You must go to Galilee instead and tell the disciples He lives. Happy Easter, everyone!